What's up, guys? It's Josh, also known as Kilo 8 Whiskey Oscar Oscar. That's K8. Woo! Coming at you once again. And today I have a very short but sweet video for you. I know I've been doing a lot of POTUS stuff, and surprise, I have some more on the way. Anyways, I wanted to kind of go over some of my goals for 2026. I'm kind of in an interesting position at the moment. I got my technician in January of last year, and we're in January of this year. So I'm going to have a lot of kind of a reflection. I'm going to have a reflection video coming out very soon of, my first year in ham radio, what I learned, and maybe some tips and tricks for people who are just getting into ham radio from the perspective of somebody who is only a year into this thing. It's one thing to have an Elmer who's been around for a while, but I think the perspective from someone like myself who's still pretty new, but also has a little bit of experience, maybe I'll be able to point you in the right direction, but that is not this video. This video is about my goals this year in 2026. So I think my first goal, which is actually not on this list, is to clean my shack, which is my office shack. I know a lot of people probably have a space in their house that they use for multiple things. This is my office. It's always in a constant state of disrepair because I pack things, load things out during the summer in my motorcycle adventures, which I mentioned last video. But let's get to my goals in 2026. Number one, build a Go box. This is why my office is in disrepair. And sorry, I have my screen over here. I don't know. I'm new to this YouTube thing. I'm figuring it out. But I've got this Apache case that I got at Harbor Freight during Black Friday, and this is going to be my Go box. I'm currently buying the parts and pieces that I need to put it together, and it's kind of been slow going. One of my non-ham radio goals is actually get a new job this year. Don't have a lot of money coming in at the moment. So I'm kind of buying little bits and bobs as time goes on. I'm hoping by the end of January, I'll have everything that I want to build that bad boy out. So that's number one. Number two, I want to activate 10 new POTA parks. So far, I've only doubled one park twice. And there's tons in this area. So I want to do at least 10. That's the first goal, right? I want to activate 100 if I can, but that's, I wanted to have an achievable goal there. So activate 10 parks. And then additionally to that, I want to activate in at least Kentucky and Indiana. The two neighboring states. I'm in Southwest Ohio, Cincinnati area, so that will actually be really easy. A stretch goal there would be to do a couple other states, especially with me traveling to do motorcycle media around the country. I may attempt, if I end up driving myself, I don't want to force my friends who are driving me, or if I'm riding in their RV or something, I don't want to force them to stop at a park and be like, hey man, give me like 30 minutes to activate this park. So that's why I didn't do it this summer. So we'll see how many times I drive in 2026. I also want to kilo a POTA park. And actually today, the next video you'll see, I did a POTA with my buddy Josh number 2. And we did 60 something contacts. So that's Stone Lake State Park, US 1993. I'm going to attempt maybe that one, since I have a pretty big head start there, try to kilo a park. Upgrade to extra. This should actually be number one. So I got my technician in January. I got my general in February, and it's going to be about a year. I got my general and just jumped on the airwaves on HF and said, screw it. I'm not worried about getting my extra. Do you need an extra? Not really, but I look at the band plan and I see there's, some extra allocations out there, and sometimes when I'm hunting POTA, or I hear people out there and they're just outside of my band allocations. Sometimes I'm like, dang, I wish I had my extra. So I'm going to study my butt off for that and see if I can grab it by the end of the year, hopefully sooner. The next one is become active in, this is kind of a new thing. I tweeted about this a couple times. There's a group adjacent to the local Boy Scout council, the Dan Beard Council. They're starting a radio committee, and I got an email in my inbox. People were they were looking for volunteers to jump in there, and I have done so. So if I haven't ever mentioned on this channel before, I'm a proud Eagle Scout. I worked at the local summer camp, Camp Friedlander, for 8 or 9 years. And funny enough, I taught the Radio Merit Badge without a license. I didn't do any of the on-air stuff. They would bring in volunteers. So anyways, I want to get involved with this group for 2 reasons. I want to give back to an organization that gave so much to me. I have been involved, or I was involved in scouting throughout my entire youth and beyond into early adulthood. Became kind of disconnected with the Boy Scouts, and that's just been something that I've always wanted to get back into. And if my newfound love of ham radio can assist me in that, I'm going to do that. So we're already planning stuff like Winter Field Day, doing some POTA events, merit badge counseling for different troops and things like that. So super excited to get involved with that group. Next is find a new club to become active in. And actually there's a sub one here, visit 5 new clubs. So when I first got into ham radio, this is kind of a tip. When I first got into ham radio, there's a local club. The closest one to me is the one that I joined. They're the ones that I took my tests at for my licenses. And I want to preface this in case someone out there in that club sees this, is there's nothing wrong with the club. The guys there are super helpful. They are super nice and amazing and more than welcoming. But the one thing that I didn't like about the group is their meetings are a lot of business. And I think that for me, while clubs need to talk business, I think there needs to be a little bit extra in there. And maybe I'm not giving them a fair shake. I probably only went to maybe 4 or 5 meetings. Maybe they do more. Maybe I need to go back, which I do plan on doing. But I visited another club with a fellow ham, John, who's the creator of Xtena. I forget his call sign off the top of my head. But we went to another local group, and they seemed a little bit more active. And I definitely enjoyed that group, and it seemed to kind of align with what I want to do with ham radio. And in the BSA, or I guess Scouting America now, that group that I've been involved in, the members in the committee are part of other ham radio groups around the Cincinnati area, and I definitely want to check those out as well. So I'm going to kind of surf around, find a group that I like, and I was kind of joking with the main organizer of the scouting group. I said, this is going to be my pseudo ham radio club, because you guys are doing stuff, and I want to do stuff. I want to get out. I want to learn new things. So that's another goal I have right there. The next one is I want to build 5 new antennas that I've never built before, which is easy because I've only ever done an in-fed half wave, and I've only ever done Salty Waltz Coastal 20. So I will, and actually, yeah, ugh, it's right here. Sorry, I keep looking at. Anyways, I have Salty Walt's book here, the Portable Antenna Handbook, and there's a lot of cool antennas in here. And I read this after Hamvention, after Walt signed it for me. And I think that this is going to be kind of my guide on what I want to build. And I just want to, explore antennas. I have a couple other antenna books that are on my radar that I want to do. But yeah, I think that's going to be a big part of my ham radio journey this year, is kind of learning, how antennas work, what works, what doesn't work, a little A/B testing, and just blah, 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 and just experiment. So. Talking antennas, I want to build a better antenna here at home at my QTH. And right now it's an in-fed half wave, 10 antenna up in a tree in my backyard. And unfortunately, I live in an HOA, so anything on top of my house or a tower is probably out of the question. Although I looked at our rules, or whatever they call them, bylaws, and I controlled F and searched tower or ham radio, and there's actually nothing in there. So maybe I might get squirrely, who knows? But anyways, the antenna does well for me, but I think it can be better. If anything, I want to get it higher up in the tree. Now that the leaves are gone, I might go back there and try to toss my Franken throw bag up there higher. So that's another goal this year. Also, or my next goal is to either build a Pi-Star or just maybe purchase. I can't remember what it's called. It's that white hotspot thing. You know what it is. You're probably screaming into the camera, or I'm screaming into the camera. You're screaming into your screen, telling me what it is, but I can't remember what it is. So a local repeater here in my area used to have the Yaesu System Fusion, and I used to get on there and get on the Kansas City Wide channel, and it was a lot of fun because honestly, surfing around the repeaters here in Cincinnati, a lot of times they're really dead. I can't count how many times I've called out and got nothing back. Now, I will say I don't do it enough, but there's always someone on the Kansas City group. So, but the antenna that was running that has been down for quite a while now, and I miss it. So I want to build. That's probably what I'm going to do. I'm going to build a Pi-Star, or I haven't looked into it. I don't know if Pi-Star is just DMR or whatever it is. I don't know. I think it works with Yaesu. Anyways, that's part of my thing. I need to educate myself on that. Then the next one is obtain and install a permanent mobile radio setup in my truck. So if you watched actually my very first video on this channel, I'm still running that same setup. I have that Diamond K400 mount on my hood, with the coax running into the truck, and I plug my Yaesu FT5 into it whenever I want to run mobile. So basically, it's a 5-watt radio into a little bit better antenna on the truck, and it works. But honestly, I've been doing this long enough. I think I need a dedicated setup. Again, it's just kind of the money thing. I kind of keep an eye out on Facebook Marketplace to see what's out there. And then actually my uncle, who I guess I could consider my Elmer, who's been licensed since, I don't know, the 50s. Great dude. He offered to let me borrow one, which I may take him up on that. I'm kind of a prideful guy. Sometimes I'm like, I don't need any help. But, he offered it. It's sitting in a shack doing nothing. So, hey, maybe I'll borrow that and install it. I can't remember what it is. I don't know if it's a Yaesu or, I don't know. I think it's an older one. But anyways, better than 5 watts. As long as it's better than 5 watts, I'm down. Then one thing I'm doing right now, I want to make at least 20 videos for this channel this year. YouTube likes to see one a week at least, I think. I don't know if I have that in me, not because I can't or I don't want to. My biggest problem is in the summer, if you remember, I didn't come out with any videos, and I don't want that to happen this year, but it could if I get really busy doing my other video projects. It's kind of a side gig, doing all these, motorcycle things. And, I don't want to overexert myself. The main goal with these goals, the goal for the goals. Is that a thing? My main goal with these goals is to make them achievable, right? I could say, make 100 YouTube videos, but I know I'm never going to make 100 video or bleh. I know I'm never going to make 100 YouTube videos this year. You probably wouldn't watch 100 of my videos. I don't know, maybe. But I want it to be achievable. And quite honestly, if I end up doing a lot of these, maybe I'll do a mid-year, hey, here are my new goals before the end of the year. So if I get out there and destroy a lot of these, I'll make another video. And, if you want to encourage me, drop some comments down below. I think that's my last one. It is. It is my last one. So anyways, let me turn this back to the main cam. I have fancy buttons that I can press and, whatever. I don't know. I'm just doing this. It's a Sunday. I just did a photo activation with my buddy Josh. Other Josh, and I'm still cold. I've been home for hours and I'm still cold. It was 30 something degrees outside. Anyways, guys, I so much appreciate you watching my channel. There's a lot of people out there on social media, on Instagram, on X mainly. Also, I do have a Facebook page, Hamateur Hour, same as all my other stuff. If you're on Facebook, follow me there. I think I only have 2 followers, and I think one of them's me. So I post most of the same stuff. So it doesn't matter other than it's cool to see more people following me. But I lost my thought process. I'm going to leave this in, though, because no one likes polished crap anyways. But no, I appreciate everyone out there. Everyone's been so helpful. I do post a lot of questions on social media when I'm kind of lost. I could go ask AI or Google, but I'd rather hear it from a real person. And a lot of you chime in with thoughts and ideas, and I appreciate all of you. The ham radio community is so freaking awesome. And honestly, that's kind of, what I want this channel to be, is as I share my journey, hopefully someone can learn from my either successes or failures. And I'm going to post all of it on here. So, but anyways, those are my goals for 2026. If you feel so inclined, drop a couple of your goals in the comments. I'd love to hear what you're working on. And if there is here's the other thing, if there's a place that I can follow your goals. So, if you have a YouTube channel or if you have social media, if I haven't followed you back, yell at me, be like, hey, I followed you on Instagram. Here's my account. Follow me back. I'll do it. Because I hate, all my Hamateur Hour accounts. I try to only follow accounts that mostly kind of do ham radio. And there's too much stuff going on in the world right now. And I want to have this sanctuary of, no politics and no drama and none of that other stuff, which is hard because everyone likes to post stuff and, that's totally fine. But I want to follow people. I want to have positive people that I'm following, and I want you to be successful. I want you to learn more. I want you to achieve your goals, just as I also want to do those same things. Anyways, I feel like I'm rambling. If you're still here, I appreciate you. And hopefully this video is okay. Like I said, I'm filming this on a webcam in my dirty office, and my mic is still going, which is nice. So hopefully the audio is really good. Anyways, rambling again. Sorry, I talk a lot. Anyways, thank you very much for watching this video. I wish you all a happy and prosperous 2026. And next video should be out soon, and I'll catch you on the flip side. Cheers, guys.